Hello, welcome back to another video on social dilemma. I want to focus this video on the problem with comparing other country to our country, because one of the most common argument that I have heard on many social political issues came from the belief that if something can be done somewhere else and we don't like what we have here, we should adopt that model. For example, healthcare. Okay, that is so common. We have heard enough about people written and talk about how other countries like Canada or Germany or France or the UK or Japan have universal healthcare or free healthcare for their citizens. If they can do it, we can have it too. Okay, yes, I'm sure I'm not the only one that have heard that ad nauseum. What is the problem with that? But first, let me ask this question. Maybe you can tell me. Is this an American thing? What am I talking about? Is it an American thing that we think something can be done somewhere else that can be done here, vice versa? If something can be done here, it can be done somewhere else. Is that an American thing? Such as peace, or how we like to impose our way of life and belief and thinking in other countries, such as the Middle East. Is it an American thing that we like to do that? Because I don't think other countries look at what we do here and say, oh, that's how they do it in America and they're successful and they're rich. Let's emulate what they do over there. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's an American thing, but let me know, because I know a lot of people from other countries and they rarely tell me we want to copy America. So now let's get back to the way that we or other people, not me, other people in this country like to bring up the topic that, hey, if they can do it over there, we can certainly do the same thing over here with our healthcare, reform it. First of all of the other countries are much smaller than the size of Texas. Okay, so if you don't know how things work, size matter. All right, so trying to fix something that is small is always easier than fixing something much bigger, much more diverse, right? Japan population, Canada population certainly are not as diversified as we are, right? Each country, social structure, demographic breakdown, economic strength, political makeup, tax system. There are so many things that make every country so different from one and another. It doesn't really work. Let's sit down and break down why it can't work over here, and in order for us to make it work over here, we have to change A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, right? It's a silly discussion and debate and talking point with a lot of politicians that like to bring up these things to get votes. And at the end, nobody had any kind of viable solution. Okay? Not one. I have yet to hear anyone that bring up the issue of healthcare that show me anything that is viable, instead of using some kind of comparison that is pie in the sky stuff that it just doesn't apply, because we are so different over here. And I already talked about this in a few videos. The taxation system is a start. Unless you can figure out a way, unless we can figure out a way to overhaul the entire tax system, to collect more money from tax, we're going to have a hard time finding a way to pay for universal health care. Ultimately, I just want people that have believed in the narrative that, hey, if Canada have it, if Japan have it, we can have the same thing. Please look deeper into the issues of why they can afford to do that, such as higher tax, different demographic of population, different voting system, different political system. Okay, there's so many things that make it not a same apple to apple comparison with how we are in this country. So yeah, I love to hear what people think about my question regarding, is this an American thing? Because we like to think that if something work somewhere else, it can work here. If something work over here, it can work somewhere else. And we just like to ignore all of the different cultural and economic issues. Okay, we like to impose what we think is right on everybody else. At some point, we need to learn to stop doing that as well. But that's for another video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.